Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a quick first impressions video for you. Now, I know you're looking at this knife going, Kevin, I think you've already done this. And that's true. This is, of course, a petrified fish beluga. However, you can see this one is fairly different from the original, not only in, of course, the blade here, but there's some other things going on as well. So I want to throw this in as part of my first impression. Notice the extra phosphorescence washers here. These are big, thick washers because they're taking the place of what's currently in here, or they would. And what's currently in there are dual row ceramic bearings, which is fantastic. What a great feature. And now a number, Kaiser has been doing this recently. A bunch of their models have dual row bearings. I think Concept might have a couple, and now we add this one to the list. And I'd like to see more of these going forward. I don't know, I'm probably not going to get the drop point again, but if I was you watching this and I wanted either, now that as far as I know, because the Tanto is the newer version, all of the Tantos will have the dual row ceramic bearings. If I was you watching this and I was going to pick up the drop point, I would be waiting for another drop in order to, get the most updated version with those dual row bearings. So that's a really, really cool and very welcomed feature. All right. Not, by the way, that the single row bearings aren't fantastic. Here's the Petrified Fish Victor, and the action is really, really impressive on this knife as well. All right, so I'm gonna, I may do a comparison between these two, or I don't know, bring them in as various discussion points while I'm talking about the reviews of the other. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to approach that yet, but thought I'd throw that in for a quick second. Now let's get back to our rundown. So you already know this is obviously a different blade shape. We've got that really dramatic Tanto blade there, nice thin edge, K110 steel, nice fuller that is carried over from the original, and the stonewash finish, which is really, really attractive. I'm glad, by the way, that this time I got this colorway rather than the black on black that I got last time. I was a little more specific when I told Justin at White Mountain Knives what I wanted. I specified this exact knife, which I'm really, really glad I did, by the way, because it is really a nice looking knife. The one thing I also wanted to show you is Spidey flicking this takes a little bit more effort. So what I found up here, if I try to do this, I just cannot get a hold of it. Down here at the bottom, there's a little more space, and I can get my finger in there and get that to Spidey flick. All right, so that is a little bit of a challenge. It is a front flipper as well. You guys know I'm not in love with front flippers, and one of the things that kind of saved me was the fact that anyway, one of the things that kind of saved me here on the previous version was that it Spidey flicked really well. So for me, that's a bit of a drawback on this version, but I think I'll get used to, and I already started, I've only had this for a short time. See how if I don't get deep enough down, I can't do it. There you go. But you can Spidey flick it. You've just got to adjust the location. Your finger needs to get down here in this part of the fuller, at least for me, right? I just can't fit the fat of my finger anywhere along here until I get down to sort of the end. All right. The action on this is really, really fantastic. Detent is pretty nicely dialed. Again, I'm not totally in love with front flippers, but that's okay because it does have that other deployment option. We do have some milling in here. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see it. I think you can see it there a little bit. So there's some milling in here to cut back on the weight. Nice deep carry clip. And again, I'll mention that really, really nice looking micarta. Fairly large knife, 8 5/16 overall, 3 9/16 on the blade. So a little over 3.5 inches. Closed position, 4 11/16. All right, for those of you who are not comfortable with imperial measurements, you're going to be going crazy, but I think most of you are. 5.56 ounces and 4 inches of grip area. So tons and tons of room. Even if you have exceptionally large hands, I think you're going to be just fine with this knife. All right. The other thing, I've got to kind of reiterate here the fact that, man, this is a striking knife. I really, really like this particular blade shape. Tantos are very, very useful. That secondary tip is really handy. Um, and overall, yeah, I'm a fan of Tantos. I like this one because it tends to, they've taken this and just amped it up a little bit. They've made it a little more dramatic looking, which to me is kind of a cool thing. All right, there you go, guys. Those are my initial thoughts. So yeah, I'm equally as impressed with this as I was with the original, and those extra little features, the really cool, really dramatic Tanto blade along with the dual row ceramic bearings. To me, that's a pretty cool upgrade to this that I would be, say again, I would be considering that if I was going to buy one for myself. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out White Mountain Knives down in the description. We'll talk to you soon.